Tradition. It is a part of our lives. We like to speak about tradition and traditions. Today we're going to be looking at a section taken from St. Mark, the 7th chapter, as we talk about traditions. I'm Pastor Richard Krause, Christ Lutheran Church, Pewaukee, Wisconsin. We also have a satellite out in the town of Erin, close to Holy Hill, and east of us in the city of Wauwatosa. I hope that you'll be able to join us for worship soon and often check out our website for more details. Now, St. Mark chapter 7, this is what we read there, verses 1 to 8. The Pharisees and some of the teachers of the law who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus and saw some of his disciples eating food with hands that were defiled, that is, unwashed. The Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands a ceremonial washing, holding on to the tradition of the elders. When they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash. And they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles. So the Pharisees and teachers of the law asked Jesus, "Why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders, instead of eating their food with defiled hands?" He replied, "Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites, as it is written, 'These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. You have let go of the commands of God and are holding on to human traditions." Traditions. We may have a tradition in our home that on Thanksgiving Day or Thanksgiving in general, we eat turkey. A few years ago, I asked people, "What are you making for Thanksgiving?" And most people said, "We make turkey like everybody else," but not everybody else eats turkey on Thanksgiving Day. Some people say, for whatever reason, we have ham. Some people have ham and turkey. I talked to somebody and he said, since the children have left the house, we just go over to Sam's Club and we buy a couple of those roasted chickens and we have our big feast. We maybe make some potatoes on the side, but we don't like fooling around with all that food, and we're just fine with eating chicken from Sam's Club for Thanksgiving. Or we think about traditions that people have at Christmas. We always open our presents on Christmas Eve, and other people say we always open our presents on Christmas Day. When you have children and they get married, you find out that your children have a sort of harried schedule. They're going to both sides of the family, and maybe you used to open your gifts on Christmas Eve, but it doesn't work out that way anymore. Sometimes people are celebrating Christmas the weekend before at this or that side of the family. And sometimes people move from Christmas Eve to Christmas Day because that's when the children are around. In church here, we have traditions, and some of them are very long-standing and fine traditions. What is a long-standing and fine tradition? Something that points to Jesus Christ. But traditions are not the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments are always in effect. They aren't 10 suggestions, they're 10 commandments, but traditions are not commandments. We have the tradition of lighting candles or certain candles on certain occasions, and different churches light those candles under different arrangements, whatever they might be. Different congregations, they have their traditions. And so once again, if these traditions effectively point us to Jesus Christ, then why change them? But of course, sometimes things just change. Years ago, we moved into this building. We had an old building, and there were some traditions we had in the old building that we have not carried forward into this place. Maybe it was just logical that some of these things would fall away. And we got used to the new way of doing things. We got used to new traditions. And so when we think about traditions, a reminder that a tradition is good if it draws us closer to Jesus Christ, to the message of his love, to the message of his forgiveness. But sometimes those traditions may change. It's not good to change something for the sake of change, but sometimes we just have to change it because of the way families are, the way people are, the way society is, and we do things differently. Always in mind that we do these things to draw us closer to Jesus and to rest secure in our faith in him as our perfect Lord and Savior.